Ah, another inmendham video. Yay. I just, yeah, well, I felt like it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep badgering on these points about how this isn't brain surgery. To figure out that having kids is a huge, gnarly mess to get yourself into, and you really have to know what the fuck you're doing to think you have any right to do it at all. Uh, it should scare you, at minimum, profoundly. Um, it just doesn't take many brain cells to do that. And, well, I'll read some different comments. I mean, it's just, well, anyway. So Holiday left some asshole comment, and I blocked him. I said, fuck this, it's too stupid. So I'm going to go find that idiotic comment, and I'll read that anyway. Where did I put it? I know I saved it here somewhere. Okay, so this is the answer, in quotes, to saying nothing matters, there's no reason to care. Yeah, that's right. I responded to it by pointing out how there's every reason to care, because even though sensation isn't a real thing in the sense that it's not a stick, it's not a tennis ball, it's not a croquet ball, it's not a croquet mallet, it's an event. It does happen, and I'm experiencing it, and there's just no way in a billion zillion years you're going to convince me that it doesn't matter whether I'm tortured forever or pleasured forever, that those two are the same outcome in some ways, and there's just no worth, there's no point in paying any attention. It's not important which one comes out. It's a preposterously ludicrous proposition. Totally no sale ever. You're fucking insane. I'm declaring you fucking insane. If you can't tell the difference, you're fucking insane. There, that's all. It's not complicated. You belong in a fucking nut house, you fucking creepy kook, because you can't figure it out that it matters. That it's a real difference. A real difference. Now, the whole thing is an illusion inside of our brains. So what? So what? It's the only way value could be created in the universe. We know of no other way to make a value engine than to synthesize it within a brain that creates it in 3D holography inside of a brain. There's no other place to create this most valuable thing in the universe. And you're saying it doesn't exist because it's not made out of sticks. Or bricks. Or straw. You have a little pig's brain. You're so fucking stupid. Anyway. 40 minutes of miserable whining. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm whining and complaining. That's the appropriate response. A smart thing sees something stupid, it complains. Why is all this stupid? What is stupid doing all over the fucking place? We don't need this stupid anymore. We're smart now. We don't have to be stupid. Stupid is stupid. Let's quit being stupid. That's right. You complain about things that are broken, things that don't work. They have places at the store expressly for the purpose of making fucking complaints. They have queues, to use your silly language. You queue, to go to the queue complaining. You queue to do it, you fucking retard. It's a real fucking thing. It's sort of smart. You buy something and it's squishy and rotten, you take it back and you say, this is squishy and rotten, it's shit. I want my money back, you fucking crook. You complain, you fucking idiot. That's what a rational person does. Well, maybe you stick the rotten orange up your ass because you're a fucking retard. You've declared yourself a retard. You're proud of your retardation. Well, you're demonstrating how fucking retarded you are, but you don't even understand that complaining is the proper response when you see something that's fucking stupid and broken. I shouldn't yell. Because I'm using Linux and I'm not allowed to yell because the microphone can't handle it. I have sent away for some more $3 microphones. We'll see how they work. Anyway, alright, explaining that this is what we say. Yes, that's exactly what you've said. My feelings, me, yes, they matter. But I can't tell about anybody else's because that's just a figment of their imagination. I can't figure out that their brains are doing the same thing mine is. It's running the same Windows 95 or whatever. Same bullshit. I'll just pretend I don't know that. Even though it's a fucking fact. You can't fucking miss. You've known it forever. And you're just pretending I don't realize that anymore. I don't see any evidence that they're really conscious or anything. So I can just pretend they're sticks. God, you're just too fucking full of shit. So and then he puts in parentheses this whole pile of crap. Well, not me exactly, but you've been blind to that nuance for the longest while. So, what the hell? For argument's sake, let's say me too. Yeah, exactly. So now he's using the excuse, okay, that everybody else is doing it. Why can't I be a nihilist too? I mean, it's just so fucking. That's exactly the point I've been making. If the intellectuals can't do any better than this, then the retards, the self-described retards, will sit there and take your lead. So if you fucking smart people like the Mystic, if you're too fucking stupid to grow a brain, and all you can do to give people advice is to say, yes, go ahead, itch your asshole all day because it feels good. I mean, fuck you till dead. I mean, God, you people suck so bad. Okay, and then he puts in capital letters, which is part of the fun that retards have. Not really a counter-argument. Yeah, the counter-argument was the crap about how, the comparison to time and the Einstein quote that, yeah, it's one hell of an illusion, and it really doesn't matter where it takes place or in what machinery it takes place in. It just couldn't fucking make any goddamn difference. It's a real fucking event, consciousness. The sensations are a real fucking event, and it's just fucking idiotic to pretend, well, it's not made out of the proper Legos, so I'm going to declare it non-existent. If it isn't made out of Legos, it's not part of the real universe. That's how fucking moronic you are. You're a fucking idiot. A profoundly stupid motherfucker. Now, this asshole, right, in the video, makes a response video telling me I'm not allowed to call assholes assholes. Dysfunctional pieces of shit. You're not allowed to, for example, you bought a brand new $500 TV or something, and 3 hours later it goes, and you go, you fucking piece of shit. And then you call up the company and say, what is your shit? What is this shit? 3 hours? It's a piece of shit. You call it a piece of shit because it's a piece of fucking shit. It doesn't fucking work. The point is if you can't get these simple little ABCs right, you are a piece of fucking shit. As a computer, you're not even a 1943 Texas Instrument fucking calculator. You're so fucking bad. You're functioning so poorly that nobody has an obligation to think of you as anything but a piece of fucking garbage. Something that belongs in the bottom of the fucking garbage can. It's such a dysfunctional piece of shit. You can't figure out that sensations matter, that people feeling things is about the only thing of value in this fucking idiotic universe, then you're really fucking stupid. Now, by people, I mean generically any sentient organism in the universe. But this is so fucking idiotic. He's telling me I can't call them an asshole because I believe in determinism. So because I believe in determinism, if the flashlight don't work, I'm not allowed to say, you fucking piece of shit. And I might even throw it in the trash and say, you fucking, I paid 50 cents for you. Yes, I'll replace you. I'm not allowed to say you're replaceable. You're garbage. Let's make a new one because you're a piece of crap. You function so poorly. And if some fucking human being is going to walk around saying, if they figured out at the age of 17 or 19, life is suffering. I heard it, and I felt it, and I've lived it. But I'll go ahead and have some kids so they can suffer too. Yeah, if you're that fucking stupid, you should be called what you are. A fucking idiot, an asshole, a retard. Okay, and if smart people are too stupid, okay, to figure out that if they don't call the broken machines broken, the broken machines won't figure out that they're broken. I mean, we have a huge advantage. Unlike this flashlight, these idiots can hear me calling them an idiot and saying you're a dysfunctional piece of shit. And if this broken thing says, no, 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 I'm not really broken, I'm not really an asshole, then they can sit there and turn on. They can prove to me they're not an asshole. They can sit there and do something called logic and say, okay, okay, I concede. I don't believe in that whole fairy tale about God and all that crap. It is a big pile of shit. No, it's just such a silly story. Come on. This is such crap that I have to defend being sarcastic and insulting to the profoundly goddamn maliciously stupid. And they're maliciously stupid. They're stupid because it's convenient. It's funner. It's funner to be stupid. That's why they're stupid. And you're saying because it's a deterministic universe, it means I can't say to it, you're a dumbass, and the dumbass might say to itself, ah, I have been improved by that knowledge. I didn't realize I wasn't turning on. I didn't realize I wasn't doing logic. Thank you for pointing it out, because I just didn't know. Everybody's been telling me since I was born I'm wonderful and I'm cute and my poo doesn't smell, and I fell for it, and I didn't realize that, no, I'm just a human fucking parasite on this planet, and I shouldn't be eating monkeys. It's rude as fuck. Little friendly monkey, I shouldn't be eating it. It's rude. So we have this huge advantage. We can talk to these assholes. And what do you want to do? You want to pet them and say, it's all okay. Be a monster. It's okay. Monster is all you can do. You can't do any better because it's determined. It's determined that you're going to be an asshole. It doesn't matter what I say to you. I can't possibly explain it to you. I couldn't reprogram you. I can't do a motherfucking thing. So, yes, you have to be an asshole. There's absolutely no alternative. Asshole is the only script available for you. There's no such thing as converting you to rationality. Nobody can be converted to rationality. We can only be converted to a religion. Converted to rationality? That's impossible. Fuck you, cunt. Oh, I'm so sick of these intellectuals. Shoot them first. Ugh. Pathetic crap. Alright, so we'll look at a couple of comments already. This is fucking stupid. Let's see if there's any new stupid comments. So some douche, Edward Armstrong. Why do you shit so much on their community? Because their community is made of crap. Okay, they sit there and are praying to God for more suffering, essentially. Just saying, thank you for the suffering. Could you pile on some more? I know, if it's a little bit inconvenient, please. Yes. Because we don't want to change anything here. We don't actually want to look at this life and say this is not acceptable. Saying this isn't acceptable, oh, that would offend you, God, right? If I told you this is unacceptable and I really don't appreciate it, that would be offensive, and you would smite me with some kind of, like, killing me before I reach the age of 25. I mean, this is just so fucking stupid. I mean, they're doing the best they can. It's not about doing the best you can. It's about forcing other people to live in your slavery. I mean, if there was real slavery and the slaves weren't being forced to reproduce and they did it voluntarily, they gave the master their little babies. Look, master, it's a new baby for you to whip. Here, it's all yours. Go ahead, whip the fuck out of it, treat it like shit so it can die young. And you just sit back and say, oh, well, they're just being a community. They're just being a community. Fuck you. They're being an asshole. A gaping, fucking, stinking asshole. They're just doing the best they can. This is how village life used to be like in Europe about 120 years ago. No, it wasn't. First, that's just bullshit. Okay, fuck that. That's nonsense. But yeah, life was shit. That's right. And it's been shit. And you still haven't caught on. It doesn't. We can just keep killing them, right? We can have World War III and World War IV and World War VI, and you'll just justify it all and say, oh, it's just community life. Fuck you. Back then, you had to actually put in physical labor. There's people have to actually put in physical labor now, so even that's a misnomer. There's plenty of people have to work 12 hours of hard work a day to fucking keep a shitty roof over their head. So fuck you and that bullshit, too. If you wanted to eat, about 30% of all children would die of natural causes before the age of 5. Yes, exactly. It was really preposterous. That's right, and as you grow older, you'd really run into all kinds of shit, because all kinds of fetters and problems, and no morphine, and no, no plastic dentures, no anything. Okay, it was shit. It was absolute shit, and people just kept throwing people into the fucking shit. Laying eggs in shit. And you just sitting there saying, well, it's just the way people have to be. They have to be stupid because we can never get any smarter than the people 120 years ago, or the people 500 years ago, or the people 10,000 years ago. There's no such thing as growing amounts of information and knowledge and wisdom and all that kind of shit. No, we have to stay stupid, dumb fucking monkeys. I mean, fuck you. Fuck you, you dumb cunt, for having the ability to write this many words in semi-literate form. And to justify ignorance, to justify keeping people stupid and making them stupid by saying it's all okay. Be a stupid retard. It's the best you can do. Stupid retard is the best you can achieve. I just hate your guts. Yet people found the inner strength to march onward, and plenty of them blew their brains out also, and plenty of them died of despondency, and plenty of them became mountain men, just said, fuck the whole stupid thing. I hate this fucking planet. That's what they were saying. So let's not pretend they all sat around going kumbaya, alright? And the only people that did do the kumbaya crap were the idiots who believed in God. So if I took away their God, a lot of religious people say it right now, if I could prove to them there was no God, okay, they wouldn't have kids. They might blow their brains out. They'd admit it. That their life couldn't possibly have any meaning if there isn't some construct that they're earning their seat in. If there isn't some Disneyland they're going to, they wouldn't play this game either, fuckhead. And it's only because they have this stupid, idiotic, stupid, fucktarded notion of this fantasy prince and, flying around in the heavens. Oh, it's just so disgusting. That African village is certainly not the worst place in the world to be born. Well, says you. Okay, the Congo's the worst place to be born because your life expectancy is shit. The parasites are going to eat the fuck out of you. There's no old people in any of these videos, in any of these documentaries. They're all 20-something-year-olds. Because you don't get any fucking older. Oh, God, this is just disgusting. If these villagers had access to modern medicine and condoms, their lives would be more than okay, in my opinion. Well, you're still not going to fix the environment. You can't do civilization in an environment that is obnoxious to it in every respect. So you're never going to fix the fact that it's the parasite capital of the earth. You leave it to fucking nature. Well, I wouldn't leave it to it, but you know what I'm saying. You just, for now, you leave it to nature, and then you blow the whole fucking mess up. But I mean, this is just such, why fucking make these stupid statements as if, oh, again, just more false promises. Oh, we can all fix it if we all chip in $5. We can buy them 150 years worth of infrastructure. Yeah, $5 a week. No, it ain't gonna happen. Ain't going to happen short of really expanding the greenhouse gases and making sure that this planet's going to be underwater. And we'll finally have the Great Flood. So anyway, this guy, Chirac, whatever, Chibelli. It's not stupid that they have lots of kids, Gary. Yes, it is just plainly stupid. It's plainly stupid to walk around looking at your life saying, we suffer, it's horrible, it's suffer, 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 suffer. Yeah, I had a bunch of kids so they could suffer. That's stupid. That's the definition of stupid. Alright, it's to be expected given that education level. So again, no, it's to be expected when your school has a cross on it, or whatever the fucking Islamic bullshit, a prayer mat on the floor. If your school has prayer mats in it or crosses on it, then yes, you'll be a fucktard. Alright? You're not getting an education, you're getting programmed to be retarded. Ugh. Alright. Particularly among women. Tend to be very low. The women don't even need to be educated. They just have to be corked. If you stop them from having their first kid until they're 18, they have 3 less kids. You don't even have to educate them. You have to just keep their fucking oven clean. Shit. Most studies, in fact, show that the more educated women become in these areas, this phenomenon declines quite significantly. Yes, right. And what is education? Oh, yeah, that's right. Education, generally speaking, is being deprogrammed from being a fanatically retarded religious child. Some delusional, magical notion person who thinks everything, hasn't lived long enough to know that it's all traps and you're just setting your kid up to be fucking swallowed by a fucking hippopotamus. Yes, it's not a good idea. It's fucking retarded. It's stupid as fuck. And it's smart people should say it's stupid as fuck. And they're not going to stop doing it as long as you keep giving them excuses. Just like the idiotic Hoffler days. They're not going to stop believing stupid things until the smart people stop saying stupid things. My argument is with smart people, by the way. You're not even getting it. I'm not ridiculing the ignorant. I'm ridiculing the educated for sitting there and watching it like it's a cartoon, like it's funny or something. Oh, they had a baby, look, right in the middle of the slop. Ooh. That's what the smart people are doing. That monkey was nasty, and he told dirty jokes. He deserved to get killed. God, I hate you people. Alright, anyway. So, moving on to this fucktard. Sorry, I mean, nothing against, whatever, nice Italian fella, I think. But whatever. I mean, this is just such crap. I can't identify a broken thing, and I can't call it broken, stupid, shitty, fucktarded. So if I bought a computer and you hit the J and it types a P, and I say to the computer, you're typing the wrong letters. And it goes, so? Letters don't mean anything. To me. I say, what? This isn't about you, asshole. This is about the fact that you have to have a certain function in the world, a certain letter-creating footprint. You're supposed to footprint correctly here. There's a certain efficiency and economy. Huh? What does that have to do with me? I'm about whatever's in it for me. I like typing P's. I really just don't like doing the J's and all these other letters. So if you want other letters, too bad. It's not what I do. I'm allowed to call the computer obnoxiously stupid as a computer. It's retarded. It's dysfunctional. It's a piece of fucking shit. If it can't figure out that I can't go around harming things for no good reason, then it's a piece of shit.
You make rational arguments to the person. If they don't come around to see things your way, you got to be okay with that.
No, I don't. It's just so fucking stupid. Oh, well, the Confederates just couldn't understand the old slavery argument because, yes, it was making them all rich and comfortable and they all smelled nice and they didn't want to change anything. So you couldn't convince them, so you just have to accept it. That's the way it is. Wash my hands of it, blah, 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 Pontius Pilate and such. Nothing you can do. Silly Jews want to kill their king. It's not my problem. Fuck you! It's too stupid. Oh, you just have to accept it, because if you don't accept it, then maybe you'll change it. Yeah, that's right. If I don't accept it, and I call them what they are, despicable, vile, disgusting, smelly shit that I can't even imagine a suitable punishment that they deserve. They have earned such fucking goddamn much worse than what the monkey got.
Because that is their D factor. To do anything else?
That is their D factor. So I guess apparently they have some slogan now for determinism. D-factoring. They can't do any better. You can't educate anybody. You can't persuade anybody or change anything. And once you say, hey, you're doing it wrong, and they say, fuck you, you just have to accept that. No, I don't have to. No, there's absolutely no rule that I should or that it would be a good idea to accept it or that something, a tree will grow in Brooklyn or something. Nothing's going to happen if I fucking accept it except bad things. Acceptance is all downside. That's losing.
Just to ask them to make a fucking choice. Which is interesting because he talked about...
Yeah, no, yeah, that's right. He must be a Canadian. He talked about... Fuckers. Anyway, I made the illustration clear enough. This isn't that complicated. The truth is, we can see the script as we're living our lives. It's right in front of us. The questions aren't that complicated. I know that sentient creatures feel harm. I know that they have brains and that they have emotions and feelings, and that if I inject them with cancer, it'll be very unpleasant. I know that. Now, how do I find excuses for it? Oh, that's right. I have to write complete nonsense on the piece of paper. So they're writing their script. And their script is, I need a rationalization. How can I make an excuse that I'm important and they're not? That's what I need to say somehow, without saying it that way, because that sounds retarded. I'm important and they're not. That doesn't sound right. So they know, but that's the script they want to read. And they're just lucky because no one forces them to say it out loud. But that's the script they have for themselves. They've written it on a piece of paper. I'm important, they're not. It's on their fucking piece of paper, you fucking idiot. Alright? And I'm just trying to out them. I'm just trying to pull it out of their pocket and show it to everybody and say, see, this is the script they're reading. They actually think they're more important. Their feelings matter, your feelings don't. That's actually what they're thinking.
In his video that I'm responding to here, Gary, hi Gary, talked about, if people want the freedom from being a sack of shit, if you just make bad choices and you don't acknowledge the suffering of sentient life and you just go through life being an asshole.
Yes, then somebody should call you an asshole. That's a perfectly rational thing. So again, he's telling me I'm conflicted and confused because somehow I don't know I'm not allowed to call assholes assholes. Like he wrote a rule somewhere. All of them got together and said, because of determinism, there's no such thing as calling something a broken piece of shit. Yes, there is. Determinism doesn't exempt shit from being called shit.
And you want the freedom from that. Well, the thing to do is to not be an asshole.
Oh, YouTube's being an asshole. It's stopping.
Be an asshole and to use your brain and you've got resources available, etc., etc. Or
no, just be honest. Again, this isn't that complicated. These people just want an excuse. Fine, I'll give it to them, right? But just quit lying. Just admit the truth. That okay, just let them admit it. They like eating meat. They're comfortable with it. It makes them happy. It's their happy food. Blah, blah, blah. But just admit that, okay, it'd be better if I didn't do that. And it'd be better that if I raised somebody, a kid, it'd be better not to get them addicted to the same lifestyle I'm addicted to. No point for them to need to go to a football game or need to gamble or need to drink alcohol. Lots of things I could say if I was going to have a kid. Yeah, I really wouldn't want my kid to have these liabilities. I wouldn't hand cigarettes to my kid. I love cigarettes. I'd never hand a cigarette to a fucking kid. It's retarded. Now that takes a lot of intelligence, you say, that they need a whole long time to live and they need to have all kinds of experiences and perspective before they can figure out something that fucking dirt simple. That they should just be honest and say, okay, I'm a little too selfish. I'm a little too needy. I can't do the right thing and not harm animals. But I know it's the right thing. I admit it. Yes, it's the right thing. Don't harm animals if you can. I can't help it. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'll apologize. I fail. Okay, I need to eat my chocolate. I need my comfort food, and I might even need a comfort monkey or something. I'm bad at this. Just admit their failure instead of trying to make this argument that the argument fails. The argument of doing less harm fails. Quit lying and pretending you don't understand that it's better not to harm shit. Man. But they can't even do that. And the fact that they can't even do that makes them a belligerently stupid computer. So belligerently stupid that they deserve to be in the fucking goddamn metal crusher. They're so fucking stupid.
Are you asking them to make a choice?
So again, asshole, no, I'm not asking them to make any fucking choice. Besides the choice to have some fucking integrity and admit they're just rationalizing. They're just making excuses based on their own fucking dependencies, and it has nothing to do with the truth.
I think based on the materialistic, deterministic view of the world, I think you can make moral judgments on actions. I think you can say that's an immoral thing to do. And here,
yeah, well, where do you think the actions come from, shithead? They come from a thought first, all right? You don't act without thinking. Nothing can do that. The brain has to construct the acting plan. Oh, shit. You stop it before it happens. You don't complain about it after it happens. You try to prevent it from happening. That's the whole fucking point. Prevention, prevention, prevention. Another really easy to understand concept. Any imbecile should be able to get it. Nobody should be rationalizing, no, you shouldn't prevent the bad things from happening because we need to have the bad things happen so we can know that it was bad. Because we won't know it was bad if we don't do it. And if we don't know it's bad, then we don't know what's good and that kind of thing. Fuck that shit. Why are you defending bullshit rationalizations? And saying, oh, they're determined to be preposterously nonsensical. When you know it's preposterously nonsensical. That the whole fucking script they're reading is just rationalizations, excuse making.
here's how I rationalize that statement. But what I don't think you can do is call someone immoral.
Well, what an idiotic statement. Again, it's just so fucking stupid. Of course you can describe the thought process as being insanely stupid. You know, whatever level you want to give that. I never even used the word morality, so I don't even know why you're talking to me when I've said so many times how I think the word is nonsense. So this idea that I have some obligation to play with your stupid, silly dogma words, when the point I've made it quite clear that I can call them evil. I can call them maliciously stupid. I can use lots of adjectives and adverbs to throw together to point out how they're garbage. Now, I don't think I've used the word evil too many times, and I don't think I intend to describe it as anything other than fucking stupid. I think I use stupid more than any other word to describe the asshole. You asshole! So why are you misparaphrasing me this way, asshole? What's your excuse for being this fucktarded?
Because again, how else could they respond in that moment if they are a complete end result, an end result of a whole bunch of
And again, I'm not saying they could have behaved any differently. I'm saying the description of their behavior is asshole. You're saying I'm not allowed to call them an asshole. Of course I am. Fuck.
mechanical processes again, and their D factor is what determines their choice before they ever consciously think they've made a choice.
Their D factor? Oh, that's really, that's a real hateable bit of memery there. Look, yes, I'm just saying that determinism doesn't make an act that is entirely ludicrous reasonable. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's preposterously unreasonable. And people should have to account for when they're being ludicrously unreasonable. And you're saying somehow they shouldn't have to account. I'm saying let's voir dire them on their qualifications as a thinking device. Let's antagonize them a little bit and see if they have any character. If they have any excuse at all for being a complete fucktard. You're saying, oh no, no point. No, it's determined. It's determined that they're jerks. And they'll be a jerk no matter what you say. You can't change anything. You can't change. Your words are meaningless. And here you are making a video, and you think words are meaningless. I mean, amazing. And here you are ridiculing and explaining to me how I'm doing it wrong somehow, right? What? Well, don't you know it's determined, shithead? You know, you're not going to change my mind, right? That's impossible. Oh, he's just so fucking stupid. It is impossible that you're going to change my mind, actually. Yeah.
Choice, then they're not making a choice. And morality is about making choices, right? That's what.
Well, whatever. Again, so he uses this word that has absolutely no good founding in any conversation. Morality. That's just dogma. The argument is what has value. What has value is sentient experience. And so you're basically saying that I don't have a right to pass judgment on devices that don't appreciate the value of sentient experience when they're perfectly capable of understanding. They're not Coco the gorilla. They're not a fucking lion. They're not, you know, they don't have built-in ignorance. They have malicious ignorance. They're sitting there constructing their maliciously stupid argument, and it's maliciously stupid. Well, God says it's okay. I mean, it's a maliciously stupid justification.
Ethics is all about. Option A, option B, right? And if you can't make a choice, you can't be moral. You can act more.
So again, this is just crap. The whole point isn't about making the choice. It's about the information that goes into the decision. And your decision is going to be informed by what the rest of civilization says for most sheeple. Have you heard the term sheeple? Well, people are just mimicking monkeys. And when the smart people act like assholes, well, then the dumb people think it's okay. That's how simple this argument is. So if you fucking smart people who can put a little bit of vocabulary together and talk with a little bit of coherency, can't sit there and say the obvious, which is, yes, there's assholes on Earth. They dysfunctional. They're broken. They don't do logic well. They're not reasonable. They're idiots. If you can't do that, all right, then you're useless at fixing broken computers. Because broken computers need to be told they're broken. The flashlight that isn't making light needs to be told you're not working good enough. And then it might do some introspection and say, oh, you're quite right. I thought I was turning on and I was not. I didn't connect any of the electricity. And yeah, I'll work on it. And then I might be able to. Here, look. Oh, look, I did it. Yes, look. Yes, oh, okay, now we're okay, right? Yes, okay, all right. Yes, there's no God, and we're robots, and we're very, very dangerous, and we cause way too much harm. Oh, I've got it all. Yes. It's that simple. Cunt.
Morally, you can act within the moral framework. Once we can rationalize, once we have the powers of observation and rationality and logic, etc., and sentience, you know, and compassion and empathy and all that, we can determine.
So again, he's talking to me, and I've just made it clear so many times, fuck compassion, fuck empathy. It's a matter of respect. It's a matter of giving the truth its due, giving the facts some respect. Okay, you don't need to have empathy to recognize, I get it. Mammal brain. Yes, that was the concept that was invented, a few million years ago, 100. Yes, it's doing things that are, demand respect because it's capable of being tortured. And oh yeah, we have to pay attention to that. It's important. What does that take? An IQ of 4?
What are the ethical things to do? But I don't think we can make a moral judgment on a person for not choosing to act morally.
So again, no, that's not what we're arguing. We're arguing about the fact that they can see the asshole script right in front of them. It says right on it, asshole. The only way you can make this script work is if you don't ever read it to anybody else because they're going to know you're an asshole. They have a script that they know is a complete pile of crap. And because it's more convenient, there's more cheese in it, okay, and more diddly-do fun and cheating on the wife and all kinds of stuff they get away with because they read the irrational script. That's all they're doing. That's the choice. I'm just saying they should be required to be honest. You know, I've said before, that's what we need. We need a Manhattan Project style thing. Spend a ton of money to build an actually good lie detector so we can find out you are all full of shit. Because you're all lying sacks of fucking irrational shit. You don't believe this crap. You're just defending your self-interest in being an asshole.
What you could do, Gary, would be to appeal to them as much as possible to try to add to their D factor, the deterministic factor, which would hopefully at some point...
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm doing. What do you think all this is? Do you think this is some expression that I'm trying to convey to them that this is horribly important, that you're imposing torture for fuck's sake, that you're not behaving any better than Ted the fuck Bundy for fuck's sake. Your actual practical contribution to the fucking future will be just as dismal as any other psycho killer. You're just pieces of fucking unfunctional garbage in the way you're acting. You're squandering suffering. You're letting it be, you're just burning it up. Okay, and it's obscene. It's obscene, the pain you are going to cause with your glib shit. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to convey to them that they're not working right. Fuckhead. You can't see that's what I'm trying to do? And what, you just think there's only one way you do that? Oh, Gary, you have to press the keyboard the right way, and you have to do smiley face, glib, glib, happy, happy, I love you. There, that'll change their minds.
Sway them to move in that direction. But what are you going to do then? Call them Mother Teresa? I know that's probably not the best example to use, but are you going to say, oh, you're no longer an asshole, you're a wonderful person?
Yes, exactly, that's right. I've said it in videos. We should fuck football, fuck baseball, fuck the Olympics, fuck all this bullshit, and we should give goddamn trophies to civil heroes. People who actually do help the old lady across the motherfucking street. And that's right, some people do the real deal, man. Some people are real fucking heroes. They run into the burning buildings and shit. They do all kinds of crap, and yeah, we should give them goddamn trophies at least. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, shithead. Abortionist. Yes. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you can do the abortion before the conception, okay, by putting an idea in their head, yes, yes, trophies for that.
Well, how do you make that judgment if everything is deterministic? And that you know, that's the biggest pet peeve I have with Gary, aside from the fact that he seems to be a very unhappy guy.
Oh, fuck you until dead, you Weasley piece of shit. Okay, let me psychobabble you, you babble fucking little, you're a little bit overweight and a little chubby and your nose is a little bit dull and uninteresting. And so your whole life you've been walking around saying, oh, look at that guy's nose, it's much more interesting than mine. Blah, blah, blah. You have nose envy. Your whole fucking life you've been walking around with nose envy. How's that, fuckhead? Why don't you stay on the fucking subject, you fucking shithead?
And that's unfortunate. You know, I think even if you come to a determination that the world, the nature of our existence is deterministic,
guess what? That's not the only thing I've come to the conclusion of, okay? If it was just, oh, it's just determinism, but it's the good ship lollipop, so everything's just fine. Yes, determinism is fun. But look how good it works. It's all fun, lollipops and yummy whatever, you know, pink Twinkies and shit. If then everything would be fine, wouldn't it? Determinism has absolutely nothing to do with anything. The only reason why I bring up determinism is it happens to be a fact. It's one of the facts. So you have to bring it up because it's one of the facts of our life. Okay, there's certain facts. I've explained why we have penises. Because, you know, fish had to get their sperm into the female. Because if they waited until she dumped the eggs, then some other guy was going to get them. So he had to get there first. There was a reward for it. Does that matter in any big picture? Does the story of the penis really make any difference? What its history is? How it exactly got invented? Absolutely not. Does determinism matter? No, it really doesn't matter. But it's just one of the fucking facts, you fuckhead. The fact that has me pissed off and depressed is that you motherfucking dumb cunts are going to keep torturing sentient beings forever with your glib rationalizations. That's what has me a little pissed off, fuckface. Boring nose guy.
I think it still behooves you to say, okay, well, what can I do to, maximize pleasure, minimize suffering, both in myself, which is my primary responsibility, and in those around me, and then act accordingly. But to be,
Right, and the acting accordingly is I'm not having the babies, asshole. So this is, again, back to this ludicrous argument that, well, you'd be a good rape stopper by not raping. There, you've done your job. Way to go. Way to be a rape stopper by not raping. No, that doesn't stop rape, shithead. God, you're dumb.
sort of miserable all the time does lend itself also, I would say, to people saying, well, if you think that, everything is so bad, why don't you just kill yourself? Which...
So now you're really going into the toilet, right? Is this what you do for a fun Sunday afternoon? Is you go take a shit and then you try to bob for it? Do you have the kids come with you? Fucking idiot.
Is a knee-jerk response to antinatalism. And I will admit that when I first saw Gary's videos, probably 6 or 7 years ago now, that was my knee-jerk response too. And it's a weak one.
Yes, it's right. It's like this response is also weak. And maybe in 5 years you'll figure out that this was a weak response also, douchebag. You'll figure out that, oh yeah, well, that's just as dumb as that other knee-jerk. Maybe I ought to do something better with my brain than knee-jerks. Maybe I think a little bit. Think. If somebody is in horror, like in the middle of a concentration camp or something, and they understand that everything's going to get killed and tortured in some horrible way, maybe that's why they're depressed. No, maybe their depression made the concentration camp. Like, concentration camps wouldn't exist if people didn't get depressed first, and then that makes the concentration camp. Yeah, that's the way it works. Fucking stupid.
An intellectually weak response. Probably some of you had that response at the beginning of this video when if you hadn't heard of inmendham and antinatalism yourself before. And it's an intellectually weak response, and it is a response that Stefan Molyneux himself had on his recent antinatalism video.
Right, which he criticized me for being too harsh. The video was a steaming pile of immature thinking shit. And you didn't appreciate the nuance. Yeah, I did. It was all stink. This guy has a thing for Stefan Molyneux. See, Stefan Molyneux has a very good nose. So he has the whole nose envy thing, and so that's why he likes Stefan, because he's got the right nose, got a nose he would like to have that nose. So he has to cut Stefan all kinds of breaks, because he has a really cool nose.
Say to an antinatalist, well, if it's, so bad, why don't you just kill yourself, is to completely misunderstand the entire premise of antinatalism itself. To remove one person from the pool of sentient...
Yeah, no, now you're not even getting that right. The subject of antinatalism itself isn't the fact, okay, that you can't fix something that you're not doing, okay? I can't stop rape by not raping, because I'm not raping anybody. So, yes, I can't stop the torture of people like me, because people like me don't have babies. It's the other assholes that make us and force us to eat their shit. That's the problem. I don't lay eggs in shit. They do. See, I can't stop eggs from hatching in shit by changing anything I'm doing. I have to change what they're doing. That's a separate subject conceptually. The fact that somebody else is causing the problem is just a fact that's completely incidental to the subject.
Life, the trillions and quadrillions and, you know, immeasurable amount of suffering creatures that have ever existed and that ever will exist is just so futile, and it's just so ridiculous. It's a complete misunderstanding, again, of the whole concept of antinatalism. It's intellectually weak, and but you.
I bet I'll do some song and dance now to just kind of glib right over that fact. I just basically pointed out how, well, yes, it's a pretty strong argument that torture is really not a good thing, and that's what we're right on the torture train, and we're all putting gas in the torture train, and maybe we ought to stop doing that. But let's change the subject because, you know, that's what idiots do. Change the subject right when they were actually on the point for a second. For a second he was conceding, yes, that's really what it is. It is the good ship freak show, and we ought to put it out of business. It is the Coliseum, and we ought to close it down. Plant flowers instead.
You don't help yourself, Gary, when you run around calling everybody assholes, and when you...
Says you. Okay, so you're some sort of brilliant prognosticator that can figure out exactly how human brains work and the way you influence people and change their minds, and you have to do it with some other kind of bullshit. Yes, okay, I mean, I could just, you know... what am I going to do? Show my boobs? I mean, yes, okay, yeah. But it's a simple argument. And they don't get it. They don't get it because they don't want it. And so first you have to make them understand how, I know what you're doing. You're cheating, you fucking cheater. I'm watching you cheat. And see, once you point out they're cheating, well then they might shape up. But I mean, this idea that you have the right plan, you have the knowledge of how the world will change and what it will take to change it. Good luck with that, fucker.
Talk about, you just say over and over, life sucks, life is shit, life is garbage, you know.
Another preposterously stupid. So again, you think this is, you know, again, this video is weak. You don't think that's an insanely weak argument? When I've spent so much time going through all of the arguments against the dogmatic religions and making all the arguments about how it's evolution, how we're robots, how the brain works, all of this stuff, go through it in meticulous detail even. And you make a stupid hatchet job like that. All you're doing is saying suffering, suffering, suffering. It's not all I'm doing. It's not even close to all I'm doing. It's just such a fucking... Again, you think that's a reasonable paraphrase. You have that on your script. Oh yes, that's a perfectly reasonable paraphrase. And your brain doesn't go something like, you just wrote that and that's a pile of shit and you know it. Come on.
Make the case intellectually, but don't be surprised when people either...
People aren't intelligent. Okay, that's the argument I'm making. They're idiots. And I'm sorry, but you got to hit them with a stick. These people are so fucking dumb. They're like a really, really dumb breed of dog, you know. And if you don't whack it hard enough, it just doesn't learn a damn thing. All right, it's probably not true. You know, like they're just really dumb. So this idea you make an intellectual argument way over their head. Forget it. That ain't going to work. But who cares? Again, I have no clue what the right strategy is. This is who I am. You don't like it? Fuck off! I don't do somebody else. I do me. That's what I do. Whatever. It's just fucking stupid. I didn't choose this job. I didn't go out and say, oh yeah, I've trained my whole life to be a people person. No, I've trained my whole life to be exactly the opposite. I hate fucking people. I hate dealing with them. I hate talking to them. I got no use for them at all. None. I hate people. Hate. Hate. I'm meant to be an introvert. I'm not meant to be this. But it's just nobody else was doing it, so I had to do it. You don't get that? I would love for somebody else to come along. Well, why don't you take the reins, buddy? Even though you got a little bit of a boring nose, maybe you can still be charming and shit. Why don't you do it then? If you know how to do it right, why doesn't somebody who knows how to do it right, why don't they just show up? I can talk to them and give them a phrase here and there and maybe a little funny witticism or some other little jokey thing, who knows. You know, they can steal everything. Take it all. I don't care. Okay? And use it the right way. If there's a right way to use it, well then use it the right way. But what's this point of these stupid critiques of my personality? This is who I fucking am, idiot. Shit.
Respond with nihilistic, conclusions based on that, or basically tell you to go kill yourself, because that's what you're going to get.
Fine, and again, that's okay, because look, all we need to do is get to some 60-40 thing in percentages, and then we can have a civil war and get it over with. Okay, the obnoxious belligerents, yes, this is as important as any slavery subject. It's as important as all the other shit that we've had wars about. But yeah, fuck this crap. Why? What do I have to? What did song and dance are we supposed to do to get people to recognize that, oh yeah, my feelings aren't the only feelings in the universe? I mean, if people are that fucking stupid, explain to me why they shouldn't just be sledgehammered.
I think you're boxed in by your own deterministic worldview, and I don't buy it myself. I think we do have choice, and I don't think that...
A choice from what? Where's your free of your free will? Free from what? Free from logic, free from sense, free from... No, the magic fairies did it. Oh, well then that wouldn't be free either. Where did it come from, this magic free gravity, the free energy, the free, the free lunch made by the free lunch fairies? I mean, it's just a shit stupid concept, and here you are rationalizing it again. So another person who thinks he's smart, who's sitting there making excuses for an idiotic notion that the word free and will should have ever been put together in the first place, as if it's even a viable concept. It makes absolutely no sense at all for you to think that your brain has a free element in it. It's brain. Your brain does. That's it. There's no other thing making the decision. Brain makes the decision. There's no free from brain. No, brain makes decisions. Period. And here you are, wishy-washy. Retarded fuckhead. Again, weak video, shithead.
I don't think there's any way to probably completely prove or disprove either theory, but you have to have consistency with whichever theory.
Yeah, again, so I'm being inconsistent. Again, why? Because I understand that the way things happen is reading better scripts. And I can see the two scripts in front of me. You can tell me, they don't really exist because you're determined. Well, they do. They really do exist. So, yes, and I will make a decision. I won't choose. There won't be any magic process. I'll choose the better script to read. And that's what I'll read. And I'm advocating for the same process to take place in other people's brains. And they will be changed by the influence. To sit there and say we're not all changed by every frickin' encounter that happens to us would be a lie. We're changed in some degree or another by every single minute of our existence. We are changed in little subtle ways by every fucking experience. And I'm just trying to cause a change in their fucking brain workings. They're trying to get a gear that's out of place, and I'm trying to shove it in place, you shithead. And that has nothing to do with me being inconsistent with determinism, to imply that I've hypocrisied against the principle of determinism because I know that whatever the facts are, how it's going to roll out, we are part of the rolling. We read the scripts. Yes, the play is already done. It's already been made. It's already going to happen exactly the way it's going to happen. But the fact is, we all are going to be reading scripts. This is just idiotic. We all have a role. And that's what we're debating right now is what script are you going to read, Gary? Stupid motherfucker? Or, oh no, I'm smart enough to know that if I want something to change, I have to change it. If I want the computer to compute correctly, I have to insult it. Fuck.
You believe is your is your worldview, is the nature of our reality. And so to make moral judgments of people rather than people's actions.
Again, more stupid, idiotic nonsense. You don't blame the car for the smoke coming out of its pipe. I mean, it's just stupid. Of course, you blame the inefficiency of the mechanism that causes the dam breaks. What do you blame the water? I mean, this is just stupid. I'm blaming the appropriate device.
I think, is not being consistent with a deterministic worldview.
Well, you're an idiot.
And I think to do anything other than to try to add information to people's palate so that their D factor, hopefully you can read.
So I have to talk like you, and I have to say things like D factor and become a homosexual and all that kind of bullshit. You know, with some sort of nose fetish. No, I don't want to do that. Fuck you. Your advice sucks.
Reach a point of equilibrium or you know, hit the teeter-totter going in the other direction, you know, I think that's all you can do. I don't think that you...
D factor, teeter-totter. You said some other little query thing before. Oy.
You can get angry at people, get frustrated with people, because to do so is to deny the deterministic worldview that you claim.
Fuck you. It is not. That's just completely irrational. You obviously didn't write this down on a piece of paper or anything and think about it a little bit, because the two things have nothing to do with each other. Determinism doesn't mean I become stupid and can't see when something's broken, and I can't write it on a piece of paper, put a little glue on it, and stick it right there on the broken thing. That's exactly what you do. People put out of order signs. You ever see an out of order sign? That's what they do. They put an out of order sign on things. You understand that concept? Now think about that for a while. Let it roll around in your brain and maybe you'll get it. That, yeah, even though it's a deterministic world, it's really good that they put the out of order sign on the broken soda machine so people don't keep losing all their money. Yeah, it's a good thing, shithead. Think about it.
Is the accurate representation of the nature of our existence. So all I'm saying here is be consistent with your own worldview at least.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright? There's no duplicity or hypocrisy in anything I fucking say ever, fuckhead. So you're just being a raggy little prick to sit there and play this game that somehow you got. Oh, I got him. He's a determinist, but he thinks something can change. That is change from where it's heading. Where it looks like it's going has to be where it goes. It can't possibly be altered through determinism. Determinism can't possibly make it go some new direction. Just like determinism doesn't make planes crash. No, that never happens. Yeah, it does. I'm part of the determinism, fuckhead. I have a script and I'm going to read it. Shit. Oh no, you have to just sit behind the door and be invisible. That's, if you believe in determinism, you have to sit behind the door and be invisible. Yes. Or you're a hypocrite. Fuck you.
Recognize that, and maybe that'll give you some peace. Maybe you can calm down and stop calling people assholes quite so much.
Fuck you.
Because there can be no...
Fuck you. You're an asshole. A big, gaping, stupid, boring-nosed asshole.
Assholes in a deterministic worldview. There can only be people who are, by their programming, doing what they're doing. And you're hoping to change their programming by adding information. That's a good idea. Maybe if...
yes, and that's not what I'm doing. That's not what the videos, 4,000 whatever videos are for, is to add information. Now 5,000 videos or more. No, that's not what they're for. They're not for adding information. I mean, you're just such, you know, is that you're actually writing that down on your piece of paper and saying, there, I've accurately and fairly described Inmendham's video collection. Fuck you.
Enough additional programming happened to Hitler, things would have been different. But as it is, according to your worldview, Hitler could only have done what he did based on his D factor at the time.
Right. Nobody could have shown up and talked to him. Just like nobody could have showed up and had a conversation with my mother. Nothing could have, if I would have changed the environment just a little bit and had her have one conversation with, let's say, oh, I don't know, some, whatever, charity woman or something comes to the door and they have a conversation. The charity woman talks about how, this before my mother had kids, I'd say, and she talks about how, oh yeah, I just lost my third child in a miscarriage and blah, blah, blah. And my mother thinks about it and says, oh, I really don't want to do that. Ooh, ew. Yeah, I think I'll go to Paris instead of having kids. You don't think that could have happened? Fuck. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. God, people are such fucking stupid cunts. And you lie. You know, just lie.
Time. I don't know if you can even call him an asshole at that point. What he did was asshole-ish, for sure. Thanks for watching.
Hitler wasn't an asshole. Yeah, no, he wasn't stupid at all. He just blamed every Jew in the world because some Jew stole some of his money. I mean, that's not being stupid as fuck.
You know what you think?
Yeah, look at that. I think you suck. There, period. Useless turd, just part of the harm fucking machine, part of the glib Borg. Fuck you, get what you fucking deserve. Fuck. Dumbasses. I surely do hate people.
My name is Peter Joseph, and the following is a critique of the Bernie Sanders March 19th Town Hall with Michael Moore.
Still haven't finished that video. The guy is a little bit boring. I should just play the original Bernie Sanders thing and just make fun of this stupid crap where they just, we can print as much money as we need because it's all debt money anyway and who cares? And nobody ever has to pay it back, right? Or interest, right? Nobody has to pay interest, right? Isn't that something like that or something? I don't know, but anyway, we can just do it because it doesn't cost too much to make money. Print, 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 print. Print, print, print.